All right, how's it going, everyone? Nick Akin here. It's the One Championship podcast. Got a lot to talk about today. Recapping One Fight Night 28. Also, some big breaking news over the last 48 hours as well. We'll get into that. But we're going to kick things off. I've got a guest here for a live Q&A. Some of you will, well, I'm sure many of you will know who it is. It is Sean Climaco. He fought at the weekend at One Fight Night 28. Sean, how you doing, sir? Good to see you again.
Hey Nick, glad to finally do this with you. Been looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. I wanted to speak to you. I normally speak to all the winners if I can after a show, but sometimes they get held back in medical or they go straight to hospital. And I was told you were in medical after that war with Diego Paez. So, yeah, run me through what happened. It was a good old battle between you two, right?
Yeah, it was a straight chess match. It's the more you fight a guy again multiple times, I think the fight gets harder because we're familiar with each other, and yeah, we're the more we fight each other, we're more familiar, and it makes it more of a chess match, and it makes it more of a challenge.
Did you pick up any injuries? Yeah. Why were you being held back so long?
They were doing they were doing they were testing my urine. They were doing a drug test.
Okay.
That took a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that sometimes. Yeah, it's tough to do that on the spot, isn't it? Straight after. You must have all this adrenaline going through you, right? After a big fight like that.
Yeah, and then I had to wait to go pee, and paperwork took a while.
Okay. But it's all good. We're here
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, back in the winner's circle, as NG says, in one championship. How good does that feel after Denver when I felt you put on an incredible fight in the opener there? Unlucky to lose. It was so entertaining, but you must feel a lot better getting your hand raised now.
yeah. Definitely. Especially in short amount of time because ever since my last fight, I really wanted to get this one back. So it's a great relief and happy to be back.
Yeah, Diego said, and I spoke to his coaches, and I think they said it was a close fight. They admitted that, but they felt that he won. Were you confident you were going to get the nod from the judges when they were reading out the decision?
Yeah, I feel like it was a close fight. I just felt like I scored a lot more with my hands and I landed the bigger kicks, uh, harder kicks, more hands. So I think that's what won me the fight.
Well, as Combat Sports today here says, we need Sean on the next US show, and that's supposedly coming up pretty soon in May, I believe. So, if
Hmm.
that's possible, Sean, would you like to slide on to the US event in a couple of
Yeah, I
months'
mean,
time?
I'm ready to jump back into camp. I'm in the Philippines for a few days here, and then be back in the States um, next week. So I'll be ready. I'm gonna stay ready. No injuries. I want to get ready for the next one already.
Yeah, it looks pretty idyllic behind you. I can see. I think you're in Cebu, right? How is the vacation going?
Oh, it's going nice. Yeah, originally I was supposed to be in Cebu from January to February, and then in the middle of December one called, so I changed the trip up and did a 3 weeks of training in Thailand, and then fought, and now I'm back here. So it all worked out.
It's a lovely place. Yeah, has it been a while since you were able to visit the Philippines?
Yeah, yeah, it's always a good trip back here. My parents are both from here, so if I fight in Thailand, it's a must to come here in Cebu. It's only a 4 hour flight.
Yeah, I know.
Bangkok.
I know your dad will be proud of you. I believe you were posting. I know how tough that's been for you. How hard has that been to deal with in the background of everything?
Oh yeah, it's been hard. The last year is one of the hardest years of my life. So the only thing I feel like I could really do is just to keep moving forward and keep fighting and do it for him and do it for my family. And so it felt really good to get that victory last weekend for him and my family.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be proud. Combat sports today as well. Wondering, yeah, when is one going to come back to the Philippines? Would you like to fight in the Philippines
Of course,
on a
yeah,
one championship card?
love the fight in the Philippines. Yeah, after my fight, there were so many Filipinos wanting to take pictures with me after the fight. There was even some Filipinos out from Cebu, so I was so surprised to see so many Filipinos in Thailand at Lupini. So salamat, salamat kaayo sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, they're a very passionate fan base, and I hope we can go back soon. Yeah, Connor's Corner also wants another one Manila show. Been far too long. It has been far too long. I think it was December 2023. I would love to see another one this year. But yes, perhaps the US first for you. Uh, Tell me a bit more about your background, Sean. For people who don't know, born and raised in America, is it?
Yeah, I was born and raised in the Bay Area, California. I was born in Hayward, and I then I was raised in Fremont, California, and my parents are both from Cebu, Philippines.
So it's a real homecoming for you there right now.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. Combat Sports Today also says we need both of the Climaco brothers in one championship. When is Mark gonna come over? Have you got an answer for us?
I don't right now. He's a free agent right now, but he's working his way to get to the top. So we'll see.
Aside from the rivalry you have with Diego, how important was it, and how proud were you to have two guys representing America as well in the ring there at Lumpini to show American Muay Thai is getting climbing up there onto this big stage in the global scene?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a. There's this rivalry we have, SoCal versus NorCal, but I know we also. It's great that we've fought multiple times and we got to do it at this stage. Um, yeah, and it's just to show like how good Muay Thai is in California. Two California dudes fighting in Lupini.
Yeah, it's funny because yeah, like you said, you guys have fought a few times over on the other side of the world. Is it a bit weird, like you both kind of flying out to Thailand halfway across the world to fight again?
Yeah,
It must
yeah,
have been strange.
yeah. Like we fought in Oakland first, then we fought in Vegas, and then to Bangkok. So it's crazy. Like we've fought each other from both sides.
Yeah. Did you speak to Diego after? What's the is there a friendship there or a healthy rivalry?
We were very cool afterwards. Yeah, like we got to talk to each other while we were doing our drug test. We even in our last fight, we got to spend some time together at the hospital because we cut each other. But yeah, much respect to him, um, his team, and his coach Tyler. Like they they've always brought the best out of me, and we make each other better. So I respect them and I appreciate them for the match.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler. We'll be seeing him in Qatar. I think he's heading straight over there to help out Cade Rotolo. It was good to catch up. He's a very nice guy, as you say. Connor, as Connor says, correcting me, it was December 2022, Manila, not 23. I'm sorry, my brain forgets
Mm.
these things sometimes. But either way, it's been a while. But what about California, Sean? Combat Sports Today again asking one's getting all their American talent from the Bay Area, so when are they going to just come to California?
Yeah, I mean that would be nice too. Come to California, please. One of the top places I want one to come would be California or Cebu, Philippines. That would be a dream.
Cebu, I don't know if they have a ring or an arena in Cebu. I mean, I
They
went there
have
a
they
long
have a
time
big
ago.
arena there. I think it's like the SM City Mall. Also, which is where they had a SM City Mall in Manila, in Pasay, where they had their shows before that. So
Okay.
yeah,
I didn't realize. Well, yeah, why don't we go to Cebu? I'd love to go to Cebu or California. Yeah, but of course, a lot of other American talent out of California and some American Filipino talent. Jackie Buntan is out there with Boxing Works. Do you ever catch up with her a lot?
Oh, I've walked into the gym at Brian Pope J's gym a few times. It's a good place to train when I'm in SoCal, so I'll say what's up to them whenever I'm in that area in California.
Yeah, they're a great team, aren't they?
hmm
And Jackie doing so well, winning the title. That must have made you proud as well to see.
Yeah, two American Filipino becoming a champion one. That's really great.
Is
Congrats
that
to
what
Jack.
you dream of as well?
Yeah, why not? I'm already here. I want to getting that goal would be really nice too.
How's the Filipino culture in the Bay Area combat sports today? Asking.
Oh, there's a lot of. I mean, the Bay Area has a lot of Filipinos, but then yeah, we have a lot of Filipino fighters out of there also. I mean, a lot of the guys at our gym are actually Filipino as well.
Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I don't want to take away from your vacation, Sean. So,
No worries, like I've been looking forward to this, and I appreciate you making the time.
of course, yeah. I always try and speak to everyone. I think got to speak to most people on the card last time. Sometimes it is impossible, difficult running back and forth, but I know. Yeah, I've been wanting to chat. How was everything with going with condition nutrition? It seemed like it was a fairly smooth process as well with Pete this time.
Yeah, the weight cut went really well this time. Again, especially dealing with hydration and all that. Pete's got it down. He's the recipe, and he makes everything easier during camp.
Yeah, he's got quite a team going now. He's got multiple world champions. He's even got Rodtang on board. Is that cool to know you're in the hands of someone who is being trusted by the biggest stars now in one championship?
Oh yeah, it's a pleasure working with him. It's always a stress-free camp, and helps me feel like I'm in good hands in every camp.
All right, what about some more combat sports today? Is loving it. He's asking for the top two Filipino dishes. Yeah. I would
Top
say sisig. I like a sisig. Yeah.
Seasick, yeah, Seasick is bomb. Can't go wrong with lechon. Um, the barbecue here is really good too. Everything is pork.
Yeah. Do you like a tapsilog? I've been fond of that before.
Oh yeah, beef steak with
Yeah,
an
yeah.
egg, garlic rice. Yeah.
Pretty bomb. What else are you gonna do in Cebu then? You just relaxing, or you got the other activities planned?
Yeah, right now I went well this morning I actually went swimming with whale sharks in Oslo, so that was
Oh wow,
cool. Throughout the day we just been at the beach, and then tomorrow morning, me and my brother and my friend we're gonna do canyoneering at Kawasan Falls.
jeez, sounds like an action-packed schedule.
Yeah, looking forward to that, and then we'll go back to Cebu City where my parents are from and spend the rest of the week there and fly back to America on Saturday.
That's a long journey, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 19 hours total. Yeah.
Where do you lay over there?
We do Taiwan.
Okay. Also a great place. Have you stopped off there?
That's the usual stop I do when I go to Thailand or Philippines. Taiwan's the usually the layover spot. Yeah.
Do you ever go and check it out? It's a beautiful place.
I haven't had a chance to. The layover is only like a couple hours,
Yeah.
but they have good food at the airport there.
Oh, they have great food. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would recommend it, Sean, if you ever want to stretch the legs on the next layover.
Okay.
I was in California was my layover on the way to Denver, so I was the
Okay.
same as you. I didn't get to leave. I just had to go straight to Denver, but I'm quite tempted. Would you recommend I stay for a few days next time?
In California, yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen San Francisco, it'd be nice to check that out. Yeah.
I've seen none of it. Yeah, I was just at LAX briefly. But I've been told you need a car, and I can't drive. Is that a disadvantage for me?
I mean, it's about 20 minutes from the airport. Depends where you're trying to go in the city. Um, if you're trying to see the Golden Gate Bridge and all that, the sightseeing stuff. But it would take like probably like a whole day, depending. Yeah.
It's a shame. I just like to walk everywhere. As in Hong Kong, I don't really have to drive anywhere. Bangkok's pretty easy to get around, right? I don't know. Did you do any sightseeing there while you were around?
Yeah, I mean, after my fight, we just went around Bangkok the whole day and just went around the city. It's very very chaotic, but we made the most out of my last day there, and then we had a 1:30 a.m. flight to
Oh,
Cebu, and yeah, I haven't really had much sleep in the last 48 hours. It's been go go go.
yeah. I know what you mean. It's always
Yeah.
a bit of a whirlwind, isn't it? These fight weeks. You come in and then it's just never stops, does it? There's always something going on.
Yeah, it's nonstop, but I just feel like I gotta go to Cebu at least before I leave, since I'm on this side of the world after fighting in Thailand.
Yeah, I can hear it in the background. It sounds really peaceful. Are you feeling relaxed again now?
Yeah. It's been relaxing. Yeah, this is the first day I've actually like got to relax. Like it's just been the last few days have just been go go go.
Have you looked back at the fight, or do you wait till you get back to America?
Yeah, I've looked back at the fight. Yeah, I just to see like um what I need to work on and to see if like do I really feel like I should have won, and I think I won after watching it again.
Well, that's always good. You don't want to look back and think, "Oh shit, yeah, that wasn't a good performance." Were you happy overall with how you performed?
Yeah, I was happy with it. I mean, it's always happy. You're always happy to go for a win. Um, Taking away from like what I took away from the fight is like, all right, it's okay to win by decision. Also, I was kind of like, oh man, like I didn't get the finish because I haven't won by decision in a while. And my mentality is always going for the finish. Even the way I train like I have the mentality I'm gonna finish the guy, and it felt kind of like a little weird not even like dropping him, but I realized like that was gonna be probably difficult to do since me and Diego are very familiar with each other, and it was more of a chess match. So I learned that not every fight is gonna go that way. That you're gonna drop somebody or you're gonna finish somebody. It's gonna be a chess match too.
Yeah, because you and Johan Supernan in Denver just again, you came out swinging. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Did you try
exactly.
and change your approach this time? Were you trying to be a bit more cautious?
I mean, I think it's natural to be a bit more cautious, especially after coming off a loss and losing the way I did. Um, I really try to focus hard on my defense this time. I can't just go in there and start swinging like crazy. Because I knew Diego was ready to try to counter me and try to land something big. I felt him trying to pull me in and throw his spinning elbows and stuff. So like I was making sure not to overcommit and um, be ready. Make sure my defense is on point.
I just remember that fight. It was so good, and I thought it was one of those rare occasions where Chatri could have given 50K to both guys, you and Johan.
Uh,
It was a shame that one guy didn't, because it takes two to tango, I think sometimes, and
yeah,
Johan wouldn't have been able to win that bonus if you hadn't been doing what you were doing.
yeah. I mean, it could have been either of us, I think, because I feel like I was so close to finishing him, also. But yeah, respect to him. He's a really nice guy. He actually came to Fairtex. Him and his brother came to Fairtex one of the days when I was training after their fights. So respect to those brothers. And yeah, they've been killing it.
Yeah, does that give you more confidence knowing how good he is as well? And you like you said, you almost finished him. You had two knockdowns. You came very close. Does that give you extra confidence? Yeah, that you can go far as well in one championship.
Yeah. I feel like seeing how he's been doing lately, winning. Ever since me and him and Johan fought, like I think I gave him the most trouble in his fights so far and won.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Chester here, what's up? Saying, Will from the story, Will from Story of the Fight is going to be annoyed he's missing this. Yeah, he's a Bay Area guy, definitely. Well, if Will, if you're waking up now, tune in quickly. You've got a few more minutes. But another one for you here from Combat Sports today, asking what do you do besides training? Any other hobbies like watching football? It was obviously the Super Bowl today. Did you catch that? Any movies?
I didn't. I was pretty busy all day today. But other than fighting, I just really like going out in nature and going on runs, being at the beach. Don't really watch too many other sports other than fighting.
That's pretty cool. I like the sound of that. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you get out of here, Sean. Thanks very much for speaking to me, and I want to say congratulations again on the victory, and
Thank you,
hopefully
Nick.
we see you again soon. And enjoy the rest of the holiday. Any final message you have to your fans?
I just want to say thank you for all the support, everyone. I appreciate you all, especially the Filipino people and all the people from America and in the Bay Area. Thank you.
All right. Get back to your vacation, Sean. Sorry to keep you, but yeah, thanks
No
a lot
worries.
for speaking to me,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
All right. Take care. We'll see you soon. All right.
See you soon.
That
Thank you.
was see you, bro. All right, Sean Climaco here. He beat Diego Paez at One Fight Night 28, back in the win column, and he's enjoying his vacation in Cebu. So I'm letting him get back to it. But yes, we're gonna recap the rest of this card as well now. Hope you all enjoyed the show. It was a pretty fun one for me. Get my laptop out as well. So much going on. Yeah. But yeah, that's Sean, such a nice dude. Thanks for jumping on. I will get this thing up on screen. Okay. Here it is. Present share screen. Oof. Here you go. All right. Brad and Shy. Ah, Sean's still here. Sean, you wanna stay on and recap the card? Up to you, bro.
I wasn't sure if I had to leave or not. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Nick.
you can you can stay or go. Yeah, whatever you need to do, bro. I didn't want to keep you too long.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Have a good
All
night.
good, man. Yeah. See
All
you,
right.
bro. All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, Sean is gone now. I was one. He was still in the. I can see him down there in the chat. I didn't know if he wanted to stay and talk about the rest of the card. So I would never turn down a talking buddy, a talking head. If anyone in the chat wants to join, and it's the usual suspects, please message me. Could use a dance partner. All right, but otherwise we'll move on and recap the card. Or do you want to talk about the news first? I don't know. Perhaps we talk about. Yeah, let's do a little bit of news first. Hmm. No, we'll do the news at the end. Oh, I'm in two minds. I don't know what to do. Go on, get some news in first. All right, I'm gonna go to my Instagram because I've got all my stuff up there. But yes, the big news, some breaking news on Bangkok Post is as of yesterday. I put up the story. Amir Aliakbari put it up last night. Has been cut from one championship. Sources told me. Sources told the Bangkok Post. Didn't have much other information than that. I was trying to find out why, where, who, what, the reasons. Did not get anything, but then I saw. I think Chatri commented on it somewhere today. I saw on Facebook. He was saying, "Yeah, I'll try to paraphrase it. I'm not sure if this is just something I saw, so I'm not sure if it's how accurate it is." And it was kind of translated, but it said something like Amir should go and fight in a lesser organization or something. I'm not sure if I'm getting that right. If I've got it wrong, I'm sorry. But yes, sounds like something happened there. So I was surprised Amir got cut or whatever because he, the heavyweight division isn't too stacked right now, and I think he is a good competitor in it. And he was on a 4-fight win streak before losing to Buchecha. And I think you had a inbuilt rematch there with Malakin. If Malakin could win the belt back off Rugrug, you could go to that. Don't know what's going on with Buchecha either, because according to I think Brett Okamoto, maybe some other reporters in the MMA world have said that Buchecha is also gonna test free agency or something like that, or that was the last fight of his contract. So I don't know what's going on with Buchecha. The win over Amir seemingly was the last fight in his deal, so he might be involved in some kind of thing. You know, a lot of fighters in one will have a matching period at the end of their deal, and the matching period will differ per fighter and per contract. So some people will have 12 months, some, I don't know, 3, 6, whatever. Don't know how long Buchecha's is. But while he's in that matching period, I think any offer he gets from elsewhere, one can match it. That's the key. So I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, Amir is gone again. I don't have much else information on it, but there it is, an exclusive from your boy, and kind of another exclusive. Although I think Chatri also put it out somewhere else on Facebook with the Thai media. We were talking earlier, and he said he thinks Nong-O beat Kongthoranee. I will get the article up perhaps. Do me a favor, guys. If you like my content, just go every now and then swing by BangkokPost.com. There's even a one championship section. Here it is, BangkokPost.com/sports/one whatever you call that. Is that a dash? Championship. Yeah. Well, the link is in my bio. Yeah, it is a dash. A big dash. Vitali big dash. Yeah, go check it out, please. I try and keep it up to date as possible with daily news, and anything big will be up on there, trust me. But yes, here is my story straight from the horse's mouth from Chatri. One championship boss, Chatri, disagrees with the judges and he wants Nong-O versus Kongthoranee rematch. The chairman and CEO feels Nong-O didn't have to win 2 rounds in a super close fight. There it is. Kongo took the split decision, obviously, and social media was abuzz. Chatri says, I disagree with the judges. I respect the judges as they're best in the world, but I thought Nong-O won 2 of the 3 rounds. It was a super close fight between 2 champions who represent the best of the best. But from my eyes, I think Nong-O beat Kongthoranee by a narrow margin. So, yeah, I don't know if Chatri also gave this quote to someone else, but that's what I got from him. And this as well. To be clear, though, I believe Nong-O and Kongthoranee have both got the potential to be world champions in the future. And then I asked Chatri directly whether he thought Kongthoranee would have done enough to get a title shot, or would a rematch be better with Nong-O, and Chatri said simply rematch. So sounds like we may get a rematch between these two, which I'm not against because it was a good fight. It wasn't the best fight. It was a bit of a chess match, as Sean was saying. His fight with Diego, it was very high level, high technique. So I would not be against a second installment. It's kind of a shame though, because if Rotang still had the belt and he was doing his kickboxing thing, I think you could go and do this as an interim title, because Nong-O's got the pedigree, obviously, former champ bantamweight coming down. I think Kongthoranee is clear number 1 contender if you're not including Superlek in the mix, because Superlek's busy doing Superlek things up at bantamweight. So I would say, yeah, you could do a 5-round rematch possibly with these guys if we had a divisional champion. So that's kind of the shame in this. I mean, 3 rounds again would be fine. If there's some way they can run it as a 5-round main event on a tent pole, you know, the way the UFC will do every now and then, if the UFC needs a title fight but they can't get one, they'll run some kind of big fight as a 5-rounder on a pay-per-view. I think one could do that with these two, and that's gonna add something a little bit. Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight, and I think opinion was kind of split. I see people saying it's Kongthoranee easy, and then I see people saying it was Nong-O was robbed. So when you see that kind of split of comments, I think it's obvious it's a tough fight to call, and I don't begrudge the judges. I don't envy them. Is that what I'm trying to say? Yeah, this is a tough fight to score these kind of fights, and people give them so much shit, but it is not an easy job. Trust me. All right, let me get into the comments here. Dick is saying that was weird of Nong-O to teep Kong while checking beginning of the rounds. Alive, Brad says people act like one ruined Nong-O's career by putting him bantamweight instead of flyweight. He had a 10-fight win streak, 7 title defenses with 5 KOs. He had a successful career in 145 pounds. He is just old now. Yeah, I think obviously some people feel one have, for whatever reason, fed Nong-O perhaps to a couple of tough opponents, Haggerty and then Nico and Nabati. And yeah, he suffered a couple of bad knockouts in those fights. Yeah, I thought he did very well against Nabati, and some people thought he won. I wouldn't argue against that. And he had that fight with Kulabdam as well, and we know what Kulabdam could do, how dangerous he is. So I feel like Nong-O could still compete at bantamweight, but I think he's 38. I think, yeah, and he wants one more title run. I think, and realistically, he can compete still with the top guys in bantamweight, but he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna beat the top guys. He's not gonna beat Superlek, Nabil, Haggerty. I mean, Nico's gone up now. Nabati's there. Nong-O could probably still stay in that top 5, hold his own, but he hasn't got much time on his side. I think he feels flyweight. If he had beaten Kongthoranee, he gets a express ticket right to the flyweight belt. Now, that's why he's so frustrated, because if he won this fight, boom, he's probably going to fight Rodtang, or he'd be close to it. So, good news for Nong-O. Chatri seemingly wants to do a rematch. He'll be very happy, I'm sure. Because he's got maybe 2 years, you'd imagine, left at the top. And he's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time, as Michael Chandler might say. Right. Any other comments? I'm just looking. People talking about Ben Tynan. Ricky's scorecard was the best. Tetsuya says 30-27 was unbelievable. So Ricky had 29-28 for Kongthoranee. And Abby had 30-27 for Kongthoranee, which a lot of people felt was wide, but they're close rounds. This is the difference. It's not a 30-27. You see the scorecard and you might attack the judge and say, oh, it was not that dominant. But it's close rounds. And Abby felt each of those rounds, Kongthoranee edged them. So she's not saying Kongthoranee dominated Nong-O. I hope people see the difference in this. I would defend the judges. They're all very good and they're all nice people. Shane, I tend to agree with Shane 99.9% of the time, and I told him this today. I didn't have any strong feelings either way for who won. I genuinely didn't know when the final bell rang. I thought, you know what? I love that I have not got to have to. I love that I'm not a judge. I love this decision is not up to me. I have no clue how to score that. If Shane says Nong-O won, I would tend to agree. I agree, Shane. Whatever Shane says, I tend to agree. That's what I'm trying to say. There might be 1 or 2 times I've questioned him, but he's a genius and he's the man. I think the one time I disagreed with him maybe was DiBella and Prajanchai. But again, it's close rounds, and I rewatched that fight here with Keith from Keith Larimore, shout out. We were in Bangkok, and I think we put the fight on wherever we were. We rewatched it and thought, yeah, that was closer than I thought, and I could see why a judge may give those rounds to the first 3 rounds, some of them to Prajanchai. Watching live, I thought first 3 rounds are John's clear, but watching back, you can see it is close each round. So it's not a robbery or anything like that. But yes. Tetsuya saying Ricky's scorecard was the best. 29-28. So I think 29-28. Ideally, both of those for either guy is a fair scorecard. But what it is what it is. I don't know why people get so upset. And Chatri is going to do a rematch. Well, he says, let's do a rematch. So if you're Nong-O, great. You get a chance to get that back. And you get a fight. How many fighters would love to know that they're getting another fight immediately? I mean, Kongthoranee has been fighting every 2 months, every 1 month. I feel like he's fought 4 or 5 times in the last 6 months. I'm gonna look it up. He's banging them out, so great for him and his family, right? And I'm sure there's been a couple 50K bonuses in there. I think he got a bonus for Nakrob. Yeah, Nong-O fought Superlek in June, Tagir in November, Nakrob in December, Nong-O February. So yeah, that's about 8 months, 7-8 months. He'd have 4 fights. Pretty good. And he had 2 more last year as well, at the beginning of the year, January and April. So that's all you want. Perfect. And not Kongthoranee is so humble and super nice. He will happily say yes immediately if they say we want you to do a rematch. He will do it. Chummy Boy leans Nong-O too, but I don't want the rematch right away, to be honest. Yeah, I could see them doing something else other than the rematch. I think Kongthoranee could go on and fight Mahmoudi when Mahmoudi's back from suspension. I still think that was the fight to make for a number 1 contender thing for Rodtang. Rodtang, well, yeah, he's got Takaru, and if he beats Takaru, maybe he's going to go fight Superlek for the kickboxing belt. That makes sense. So Rodtang may not be in Muay Thai for a while, so I could see an interim title. Oh, well, no, it's vacant, isn't it? So the problem is I don't think they'll want to crown a champion without Rodtang being in the fight for the belt. So it could be a while before we see that belt decided again. Right. Dickers, what's up? Saying last time Chatri wanted Joe to rematch Tawanchai and it never happened. Yeah, well, a lot of things happened with that. Any news of Nico for his next fight, the Boogeyman? Yeah, I saw JP and Stevie Irvine, the lads, just after the show on Friday. I think they were there with Singdong. Tom, is it? They had someone in the co-main. That was a killer fight, by the way. Madness. Yeah. Singdong Tong against Nuapet. That's mad fight, crazy fight. But yeah, I saw them coming out of the arena, heading to backstage, and we had a little chit chat. Well, they actually, I didn't see them. I saw someone at the corner of my eye, but yeah, JP collared me, said, "Any news on Nico's next fight?" And I said, "Well, I haven't heard anything, but I know Mehdi spoke to Mehdi after 170 in the lobby, and he said Nico can come fight Yunus Raba because Yunus is looking for a fight at featherweight, and he wants a top 5 guy, but it sounds like they're not going to give him top 5. I think they offered him Nontachai, Chipmanong, yeah, but he wants either a top 5 or a name, and I think Nico would fit the bill for him there. So let's see. But they said to me they hear it might be Sitichai. So I don't know if you're watching, Tristan. Have you got any news for us if Sitichai and Nico are going to fight? I think I saw something on social that Nico's got some fight news, which might have prompted this from the Boogeyman. So yeah, maybe it's Sidichai against Nico, but I haven't got anything more concrete than that for you. Although hopefully that was an update of sorts. Did the rankings update yet? Combat Sports Today says. Nice segue about updates. I don't think so. I gave my updates yesterday. I'm sure you did. Combat Sports Today, now on the panel. I put some fun ones in there. I always like to have a bit of fun. What did I went a little bit crazy, yeah, with some of my suggestions. Not crazy, just I like to mix things up. My flyweight Muay Thai was pretty fun. I think I had Supelec at number one above Rodtang because the belt's vacant, and I think I actually looked at it, and Rodtang hasn't fought at flyweight Muay Thai in 18 months, longer than that. So I think it was Edgar Tabarez was his last time, May 2023. So because he missed weight for Jacob, I don't count that as flyweight. So if you look at it, Rodtang has not fought at flyweight in 18 months. And my personal rules when it comes to my rankings, if you haven't fought in 18 months, I drop you out of my rankings. So I'm being nice to Rodtang by keeping him in there. Obviously, he's fought kickboxing since then against Dennis, and he's now fighting Taku in kickboxing. But yeah, I had Superleg 1, Rodtang 2. I think I had Kongthoranee 3. And then I put Dennis Puric back in because he was, he was bumped out of the rankings because of the loss to Mahmoudi, but that's now a no contest. So I go by the rules. I had Dennis back in, then I think I had Mahmoudi at 5. And I dropped Nakro about. So come at me. You might hate me. You might say I'm an idiot. But I like to drop some bombs in my rankings. I can't remember what else I did, which other divisions were up for. Maybe I can find it here. But it was all a bit of fun. And I'm 100% sure none of my suggestions will be reflected in any of the final rankings. But, I'm a stickler for some of these rules. There you go. I got an email. Let me have a look at what Michael. Okay. Yeah, bantamweight Muay Thai as well. So they've got Superleg champ, Nabil interim. Then they want 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think I went with Haggerty. I think I took Nico out because he says he's going up to featherweight. I may have said, well, if Nico's out, I'll put Cameron at 3, Lobo in. I think I definitely put Lobo in, and Kulabdar may have snuck in if Nico, because Nong-O they've taken Nong-O out and put him down. They said previous number 5 Nong-O is now in the flyweight division. So if we apply the same rules, do we take Nico out? He's openly said he's going to featherweight. So, or do we wait until he actually competes? So I presume he's out. So I took Nico out. Yeah, I think I had Haggerty 2, Cameron 3, Lobo may have been 4. I need to see what I actually sent these guys. Yeah, I may have put Kulabdar in at 5. All right. And then strawweight MMA. I don't think I changed it. Although, again, I'm applying the rules. They have Sanjar at 5, and Sanjar told me he's going up to flyweight. So I said, well, if Sanjar's out, I put Kato at number 3 above Bokang. Because I know Bokang beat Kato, but that was a year ago. And Bokang has only fought once since then, and he lost. I do love Bokang, by the way, but I'm just applying my rules. And Kato has won 3 times since then. So I think that's enough for Kato to go above Bokang into 3rd. And then I think I put someone else. I think I put Lito Adewang in at number 5 because that was a great fight for Lito. Even though he lost to Kato, it was a great performance from him. So we'll see. If Sanjar is staying at strawweight, keep him there. But Lito, he'd been on a 3-fight win streak. I think he deserves it. And then bantamweight MMA, I don't think I changed anything. The odd one is Jeremy Pakatu is number 5, and he obviously didn't fight on Saturday because of the opponent, Ibrahim Daev, missed hydration a few times, so they didn't fight in the end. And then the only option really is to put Carlo Bumina Ang in after beating Son Min Jong, but I think Son hadn't really been active for a while. That was his first fight in 3 years, and he lost. So I don't know how valuable the victory is, but so I just said keep Jeremy in there. But those were my rankings updates. I think that's what I put. Yeah, Combat Sports Today put Super Leg number 1 to LMAO. Yeah, why not? I think if you look at Super Leg's body of work in the division, I think it's better than Rodtang's, and Rodtang doesn't have the belt anymore. So. Let me look at these comments. Give Nong-O Nakrob or something. Chummy Boy says, yeah, we could do that. Maybe they should just move on from that fight and not do the rematch. Amor says Mahmoudi is like 2-2-1, barely fights, misses weight, pop for PEDs, still ranked above Kongthoranee. Well, we had Mahmoudi on. He explained, I don't want to go back into the doping test stuff. I think there is a difference to what he took to, some of the other steroids that other people have popped for. I do believe his case, and I think he got ranked by. He was already in the rankings, I think, but he went higher by beating Dennis, and there's a no contest now, so that's why I dropped him down again. But Mahmoudi will fight anyone, so he'll defend that place. Maybe we can see him and Nakrob or something. That might be a good fight when he's back. Or run it back with Dennis. Mark Money says, what's the news about the lightweight to light heavyweight divisions of MMA? 2 guys holding the belts. And that division has been slow moving. No news. Yeah, I think it's fair to say the MMA and the higher weight divisions in one has been stalling somewhat for 2 years now, at least. Christian's been fairly inactive, obviously. With everything that happened with the family, it's understandable. I do believe they should have made interim champions sooner than they did. They didn't do one for welterweight. They did one for lightweight. Eventually, well, they tried, but the guy who won the fight missed or failed hydration, so they didn't actually have an interim champion in the end. And then Christian's fight against that guy Ali Berg-Raslov ended in a farce as well. So been slow. Heavyweight's been somewhat active. Malakin's been doing his thing. Rug just beat him. Although we are losing heavyweight fighters, like we were saying. So I'm not sure about the future of that division. Light heavyweight is just non-existent, to be fair. Malakin's not defended the belt since winning it. Derrida did one defense after winning it. I think Ongla did one defense after winning it. Yeah. I'm not sure if Brandon Vera, how many times he defended it. But he came down, didn't he? Who had the belt? Did Ong have it all the time? I can't even remember the history of that title. It's a weird title in one. Someone educate me. Connor will know. But yeah, slow stuff on that front. Hopefully it picks up later this year. I love the MMA in one, and I would hope they can put a bit more focus on it again. But like we do have Soldic coming back next week in Qatar against Daggy. That's a positive sign. Things might get going again at welterweight. Yeah. All right. Combat Sports Today saying Wonder Girl dropping down to 115 pounds for MMA. Don't hate it. Yeah. There's more fights there. If she wants to do MMA, there are no fights at strawweight, really. I don't remember the last time that division had a fight. Especially Zhong Jingnan's been sitting there doing nothing. I think Zhong has a fight book now. I'm not sure. But I think even Zhong's had to come down to atomweight, to 115. So good, probably a good move for Wonder Girl. I'm not sure. Yeah, she kind of got pieced up by Martina Kiachinska, wasn't it? In Muay Thai, at strawweights. I wouldn't expect her to do Muay Thai again. MMA might be better for her, yeah, to focus on. She had a good debut in that, and I think she was going to do a mixed rules thing with Cardoso. Fell through because of a visa problem. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Wanda go back. I think she has a lot of fans. People love her. I'd love to see how she's developed in MMA in the 2 years or whatever she's been kind of away, shall we say? I mean, she's had a couple of things here and there, but let's see how much she's developed. I'd love to see it. I think there's generally more fights at atomweight you can match her up with. And we'll see how the weight affects her. I think she'd be fine. Have you got any info about Way Haggerty's training updates? Are a lot. He shows too much. Samcat says. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Way Rui's on social in the Western world. He might have some accounts on Chinese socials, which I don't know. But yeah, maybe Haggerty's giving away too much. Who knows? I felt a bit bad. Yeah, when I went to Denver, I went to one of his training sessions and took a few clips, and I was like, "Do you mind if I post this, John?" He's like, "Yeah." He don't think he cared, but maybe Suplex watching all those things, and maybe Wei Rui's watching again. Might want to be a little bit more secret with it. Anyway, Live Bread says, saw some post saying Tawanchai was 80 kilos on fight day. Is that true? How is that possible with the hydration test? That's like Islam Makhachev, 155 to 178 in UFC 311. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he looks pretty big. People have ways of doing things, They have money and they pay people to help them get down and pass these hydration tests safely and effectively. So I'm sure Tawanchai has got some science based approach behind him, which helps him do that. And it helps give him an advantage. Yeah. I did that. When are they going to give Syrian Lex some big names? Nicolas says, well, I think he's got a fight in Japan against someone. Ryusei, is it? That feels like a big deal for him to be on the 172 card. I'd say he'd probably be very happy with that. PRX Sense says, when are you heading out to Qatar? I'm going to go on the early hours of Saturday morning. I think I'm on the same flight as Dom Lau. We obviously both live in Hong Kong. So, yeah, there's only one flight. He's got to MC the open workouts, and yeah, I'm going to go cover those. So 2:30 a.m. we'll be on the flight. Hopefully pass out. I think it's like a 9-hour flight or something, and then get there pretty early though, like 4:30 a.m. So I may need another nap when I land. And yeah, I need to sort that hotel out, don't I? I forgot. Right. Mental note. Yeah, and I'll be there. Then I'm heading as soon as the post-fight press conference ends. I'm heading straight to the airport and going to London to see my mum. So, and then I'm coming back to Bangkok for Fight Night 29. I'm be on the road for like 3 weeks or so. Going to be pretty crazy. And then back in Hong Kong for a week or so. Then off to Japan. Back in Hong Kong for a week. Back to Bangkok. And then, if the schedule doesn't change, I think there is a beautiful break. It's been a wild start to the year, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I could do with a break. So, if all stays the same, we'll have nothing between April 5th and May 24th, which is tentatively scheduled in as a US event. So, that's a nice, juicy 6-7 weeks or something. Oh, we'll be very happy to, unwind, recharge, shall we say. It's been a mad start to the year. It was a mad end to the year as well. You had the fight night December, and then a tentpole, and we started January with a fight night. Then we had 170. February we had fight night. Got Qatar coming. 2 more events next month. I think there's a tentpole as well somewhere in there in March. So very, very busy. Very busy. Will Superlek ever come back to flyweight? I'm sure he will, Connor. Yeah, he's still got a belt, so why not? We'll see how it goes against Nabil. You know, I think if he loses to Nabil, he may come back to flyweight semi-permanently and stay there because he probably got the. I think he'll come back anyway because he's got the Rodtang or Tech. Whoever wins out of Rodtang Takira, I think Superlek will fight again for the kickboxing belt. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he comes down. If he loses to Nabil, I'm not sure. Yeah, his future at bantamweight. If he beats Nabil, yeah, why not? He's still got other fights there. He could go get Haggerty's kickboxing belt. If Haggerty beats Weiru, he could go and fight Haggerty for that. And he's got there's other bantamweight challengers. Nabati. I thought Nico. Yeah, it's kind of we never saw Nico versus Superlek, but I think if he beat Nabil and Nabati, not sure who else there is. Maybe you could see a new contender coming. Maybe Abdullah Diakayev's gonna. We'll see how he does on the main roster, but we'll see. If he beats, he could just happily stay there and float between the two divisions. I think. How's your tip for Haggerty versus Rui hasn't lost since 2018, I think. I don't know the level of opposition, but he's very, very underrated from what I understand. And it's interesting. Because we saw Haggerty against Fabricio, but Fabricio is focused on MMA for a while. Haggerty's focused on Muay Thai for a long time. So will Haggerty's kickboxing stand up to a top tier kickboxer who has been doing nothing but that for years and years and years? Interesting point. Let's see. I think Haggerty will find a way to do it, you know, but it's a really tough fight, to be honest. I'm surprised they went with it. Although the other option is Enahachi, which is probably an even tougher fight for Haggerty. So let's see. It's not. It's really not a gimme for Haggerty. You know, it's a tough fight. All right. Any Kazastam news? The Shandias? No, I wish I did. I love Sebastian Kazastam, the bandit. Just nothing going on there. Nothing going on. I thought he was going to fight Christian Lee for the welterweight belt. That has not materialized in any way. Sadly, Christian's wife's about to give birth again, I think, and then he's going to defend the belt. So hopefully it is the first half of this year. Maybe in America, if they do that event in May, that could be the fight. Chester saying there's like 5 heavyweights left. Yeah, Rugrug, Malakian, Cirilli, and Grishenko are on the Qatar card, I think. Duke Didier. Who else? I mean, Bulla seems to be gone. Amir's just got cut. Buchecha's in limbo. Ben Tynan suspended. I think he'll be back soon, though. So he'll be back in the mix. But, they can go find other heavyweights, guys. It's not the end of the world. But Chummy Boy says, cut some and focus on fewer divisions for the MMA. Low blow bonuses should be $350,000 vegan us. Okay. Give it 2 years of consistent competition, and maybe people might warm up to one's MMA again. Says Chummy Boy. Yeah, it's kind of been on ice, hasn't it, for 2 years? So I think they're gonna have to really build these divisions and the stars back up to what they were. I think they've managed to keep strawweight going and flyweight somewhat. Not that much. I mean, because DJ's kind of been inactive. Strawweight's been ticking along. And then featherweight as well, kind of been going as well, yeah, with Tenkai, Tanli, Akbar now. They've had the fights. Yeah, but other than that, MMA, men's MMA in one's been a little bit. Yeah, bantamweight's been stalling with not Fabricio's fault. Hopefully, see more of it soon. I do love the MMA in one. All right, strawweight to featherweight is pretty solid, says Connor in MMA. Agree. NG, I can't bet against Wei. He's so good in kickboxing. Haggerty versus Andrade looks stiff. Just can't see him beating such a smooth kickboxer in Wei. Yeah, you might be right, NG. You might be right. Chummy Boy saying, okay, I'm confused. So Suryanlak and Kulabdam, do they have contracts yet? Well, that's the question I want to know. I imagine that Kulabdam must have signed. I hope he did, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I should ask actually. I'm not sure I'd get an answer. Suryanlak, I'm not sure again. It might be another one-shot deal. But I think it's gonna be hard for Suryanlak, especially if he wins this as well. Like, you're gonna take him back to Friday fights. It's gonna be weird. He's just fought on and won, maybe on two of the biggest shows in company's history. He should have a contract. Kulabdam, he definitely should have a contract. If they send him back to Friday fights, I'd be pissed off. But again, saying that, I don't mind seeing those guys on Friday fights if it's a good fight and if it's a tent pole, right? Because those events are still big. You can bounce around if you have the contract onto those. And we see contracted stars on Friday fights too. So. But yeah, those guys should have deals. Shoot boxing have a good partnership. Surprisingly, Combat Sports Today says, get Dom Lau super drunk on the flight and start a fight. Oh, that would be why would I want to take on that behemoth vegan? Dom is so jacked. I would never start a fight with Mr. Lau. Is my dog at Burger King again? He's out there. I don't know. He's never been to Burger King. I know what you mean. Official Louis saying, other than the US, Thailand, and Japan, what other countries would one consider going to? I think they'll go back to Singapore sooner rather than later. I'm hearing things for the summer. Is Singapore a country, you might say? It's a city-state, I believe, is the correct term. I think they'll try and get into China as well this year again. Not sure where though. There was talk of Macau, but I think that's gone south, and yeah, it'd probably be somewhere else. But this is a random thing. I feel like one is growing its presence in China a bit because I was on the plane back from Bangkok on Saturday night. I was editing some of my video interviews on the laptop here, and the guy in the row next to me could see that, and he was from China, and you could see I was interviewing some of these fighters and the one branding in the background. So when we get onto the flight, he's like, "Oh, one championship. Yeah, who do you think would win out of a fight? Tang Kai or Ilya Topuria?" It's like, not sure, man. I think Ilya might win that one, and I love Tang Kai, but no, I think Ilya would win that fight. But it just shows how one has penetrated that market successfully with Tang Kai, and kind of a shame they didn't go there with him before that loss to Akbar. I mean, you could go back, still and do that fight, rematch, but I'm not sure how it goes any different for Tang Kai. So, but yeah, it shows one is doing a good job in China. And I said to the same guys, like, oh well, did you see Zhang Li Peng? He had a great knockout on Saturday, and he said, yeah, I saw that, crazy. So good stuff. Long may it continue. So I'd love to go back to the mainland again. It's been a while. I think I've been there since 2017, maybe. Yeah. Be cool to go to Shanghai. Never been there. Only been to Beijing. Right. Roman Kriklia needs to become an MMA fighter, Nicholas says. Why have they put Joshua Pasha and Jared Brooks in Qatar again? What if history repeats like last year? Alive, Brett. I think Pasio, they're using Pasio to get Filipinos into the stadium there. It worked last year. There were a lot of Filipinos came and watched and went crazy, even when he was knocked out cold on the canvas from being dumped on his head. When they read out that he was the new champion, the Filipinos in the crowd went crazy. It was funny. So yeah, I'm sure that's why with no, if you're not going to have Manila events, then the next best thing if you have a Filipino champion is to do Qatar. That is just a fact. So that's why they're doing it there. Busha catch up title run this year, Connor. Well, the heavyweight division is opening up, you know. Yeah, could slide in there. Tetsuya, there's no way one can sell out a stadium in the US with a pure MMA card. However, they have a chance if they put on an almost pure striking card like 170. The biggest one stars are the ties. Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? Could one sell out a stadium or arena show in America with all Muay Thai? It really depends. It really depends which market you go to, who you bring. I mean, I know Stamp is from Muay Thai, but she's technically MMA. I think having her on would help a lot. I think you're still going to need some MMA to bring some people to the dance with these events. It's just familiar, isn't it? And yeah, I wouldn't go full 170 style out there. I would stack the top of the card up with some big Muay Thai fights and kickboxing, but I think you still need some of your bread and butter in the US, which is MMA and grappling. Those people love that over there. The Condiment King Busha Ketchup next for the belt. The memes will never stop with Busha Ketchup. Right. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent there. I want to do my recap. Here you go. I'm going to do it. Damn all of you. I'm going to do what I want. Right. Where is this thing? The fantastic artwork for Fight Night 28. I'm going to miss it. The green zombie stuff. We're ready to go. Right. Prajanchai against Ellis Bader Barboza. We'll start at the top. Yeah. Wow, Prajanchai. What can I say? The guy's a monster. Jeez. Sorry, I'm just checking my messages. I haven't got anything. Yeah. I just remembered I'd messaged John DiBella to see if he wanted to come on the show because I was going to talk to him about his fight with Sam A and talk to him about the Prajanchai fight. I'll try and get him for Wednesday if I can do that. But John has not. I think I'm not sure what time it is. Like 7 a.m. in Canada or something. Yeah, Prajanchai. Just what a masterclass! My goodness, from this guy. You know, a lot of people had him as the favorite, and rightly so. A lot of people, from my point of view, I was looking at him and it looked like he'd been struggling with the weight cut for a few weeks, and he almost missed, almost lost the belt. 5 minutes to spare, comes in and passes the hydration. I was very surprised that he made it. You know, because he came in the first one, he was already pretty late. You know, when a fighter comes in and there's an hour and a half gone or whatever it was, 2 hours gone, and they come in and fail, you're thinking, and they feel badly. He had 0.0333 or something, you know, that dark yellow, orange piss. You think, oh, okay. Yeah, you're kind of screwed, man. You're not got time. But he went away. I thought he wasn't even gonna come back. And I'd already written my story. I don't often do this anymore, but it's a practice I used to do as a tennis journalist and a football journalist because you'll be watching live tennis and you might be at the end of a 5-set match where either guy, either girl can win, right? And it could flip either way. So you got to write two stories almost. Or you go with it. If you think this is gonna happen, sometimes you just go with it. But then the knife can be stuck in. There might be a last minute goal. I've written entire football match reports before, and then there's an equalizer in the 97th minute, 7th minute of injury time, and you're like, for fuck's sake. Or there's a winner for another team. I've had some horrendous ones, and you're tearing up your metaphorical paper. You rewrite the whole thing. So I went with it. I was confident Predator was going to make it, so I'd written my whole article, and then lo and behold, he comes back in with 5 minutes to go, passes hydration, goes absolutely batshit crazy with his team. Could still hit him in the hallway for a couple minutes after, and yeah, damn right, because bro would have lost his belt and he wouldn't have got $100,000 for beating Ellis. Definitely it would have been an expensive mistake. So yep, surprised he made it, but he made it. He did, and there was seemingly a little bit of hostility between the two in the fight. I think that was fair to say. I called it bad blood, and he sliced. Look at this, yeah. Bad blood spills over as Prajanchai slices Barbosa open for $100,000 bonus. Yeah, he sliced and diced Ellis with some really brutal elbows, and I think Ellis was cut pretty bad in the second round. Came back to the corner. Once that happens, it's a really tough fight. Same thing happened with Jacob Smith against Rodtang the second time, and it's hard to execute your game plan when you're worried about protecting the eye, because Olivier is gonna stop it. He would have told Ellis, if you don't protect that eye, I'll stop the fight. So Ellis is probably spending half of this match just protecting that left, wasn't it? Yeah. And you can be a hater and you can say Ellis sucks and he's whatever, this and that. He got schooled, but that's a fact, a reality is whatever plan he had just went out the window, and he had to basically survive against the doctor and the ref. And Prajanchai knows this. And there is now a bullseye right here. So what does Prajanchai do? Simple. Keeps doing it. Opens it up worse. That was a nasty, nasty cut. Eventually, Olivier, and then you'll see this one here. He points at it. You can see he points. He's laughing. He knows it's over. Olivier comes over, and you can see the blood pouring down Ellis's eye, down his face. Prajanchai is celebrating already on the ring, on the turnbuckle there. And he ran over and he's like encouraging them to stop it. He's talking shit. And there it is. Yeah. And he's in Ellis's face right now. And then he gets up on the rope. He's slapping his elbow. And some people try to say there's not bad blood between these two guys. Come on. Look at his handshake. It's so awkward. Ellis is like, ugh. That is not Nong-O and Kongthoranee, bowing down for each other. That is, they did not like each other. And in between each round, they were late shots, clinching, talking shit to each other. Teams were getting involved. Yeah, it was ugly. It was gritty. But yes, it was either way, an incredible performance for Prajanchai. Feel for Ellis, he felt like this was his moment, all his life he's waiting for. Ellis is still young. I'm sure he'll be back at this stage again, and he will learn a lot of lessons from it. I think he'll be less nervous next time, and yeah, it's a lesson for him. A lot of lessons will have been learned. Right. Chummy boy saying not even close. I wonder why they made this fight. Prajanchai doesn't have many challenges, to be honest. I think Alif would be the next one, but after that, it's like, who is there? Not many. They need to build up some of that division, I think, on Friday fights. one would sell out easy in San Jose or any arena in the Bay Area. That says Combat Sports Today. Dick is saying, do you think one should drop MMA? Personally, I think no. No, I don't think so. I think they should keep it. I think what you're going to see is one going to build up their MMA from scratch. They're going to kind of get rid of all the big earners they can. That maybe keep some of the top stars on the silly money. But I think they're going to build up their own stars through Friday fights. And yeah, they had this partnership thing, the MOU, whatever they signed on Friday with the Thai MMA Association, TAMA. So I think we'll see more Thai MMA stars as well. And I think they're just going to make their own ecosystem like they have with the Muay Thai. It'll be a lot cheaper. They can be more in control of that. They won't be held to ransom by people, coming in on 200K, whatever. So that's more effective use of limited resources, I would say. Back to this fight. Sorry, yeah. Chami Boy says, have to say though, why President Shai on this fight or Rodtang versus Edgar get 100K bonus, but Superlik or Tawan Shai only get 50K for beating high level guys? Yeah, I was baffled by the 100K. I honestly was. It was a great performance, but I don't think it's double bonus worthy. I mean, beating Edgar Tabarez, Rodtang, that one definitely. Yeah, you would say that's not like the high. I love Edgar, obviously. I love Edgar, but it's not Superbon. Tawan Shai beating Superbon is, or Superlek beating Haggerty. Superlek at 100K. I wonder if Superlek got a $100,000 bonus. I can't remember. Let me know in the chat if you did. Was it the Haggerty fight? I can't remember. But yeah, yeah. Prajan Shai, 100K. It seemed a lot. He was surprised, to be honest. But I think Chatri had just not given out. He'd only given out one bonus that night to Zhang Li Peng. And I felt he could have given some more out to. Who else do we have? Maybe Lobo could have got one. Carlo. Alif. But you would say like Alif's opponent was short notice and it was maybe not a high level. Carlo's opponent had been on a 3-year layoff. And then Lobo and Simapet, you could say. I think Lobo got 50K for the last time he beat Simapet. So I don't know why. I think he could have got it. It was impressive. But yeah, so I think Chatri just because he had 100K. He had an extra 50 burning a hole in his wallet. He's like, all right, I'll just give 100 to Prajan Shai. Why not? Yeah. I think that's all it was. Boring, unclean fight, says Vegan. Fight Night 28 was lackluster, Anonymous says. I have low expectations for the Qatar event. Woke up in time to see the Bay Area shout out. Make it happen, Chatri. Story of the fight. You missed Sean Climaco. We had him on. I'm very sorry. I know he's one of your boys too. 100K was weird, Dickers says. Lobo, story of the fight. Yeah, I agree with you. Lobo. Chester says Lobo. Vegan says Lobo. Will says Lobo. Everyone says Lobo. Carlo and Alif should have both got bonuses. Connor says they were both impressive, dominant performances. Yeah. That is true. That is true. But it didn't happen. So I don't have too much else to say about the fight other than, yeah, this just the way that point from Prajan Shai to Ellis after cutting him, that could be a potentially iconic moment. You might see that replayed on many highlight packages for one. That might have been why he got the 100K. That was a kind of Nate Diaz-esque moment. I think Lucas Leisure, one of the judges, was saying that after, and I agree with him. Yeah. It was so badass. Look at this. The elbow, the point, the laugh, the ref steps in. Boom. Iconic. But yeah, that is that. What else? Try and skim through the rest of this card. Already going long on this show, of course. Kongthoranee and Nong-O. Okay, so yeah, this is the other big talking point, right? I don't know, we already talked about it, but Kongthoranee beat Nong-O by split decision. Very good fight. I think we already discussed it. Yes, Chatri wants a rematch between the two. So I won't go on too much about this fight. We've already talked about it. Yeah. Alive Bread, can I ask what is the fight of the night during the end of each event? Is there more bonus? No, they don't have a fight of the night 50K. It's just I think it's just a kind of monster. They do a monster fight of the night, Monster Energy. No one gets any money for it, as far as I know. They should. I think they should give 50K to each fighter from the fight of the night. That would be a great step forward. Like I was saying with Sean earlier, I think Sean and Johan and Stupidan both deserve 50K from their fight in Denver. That was a crazy, crazy fight. Damn, that was early for Sean. No, he was in the Philippines, as Chester says. He's in Cebu on vacation. Lobo did improve a lot since the Nong-O fight. Chummy Boy says, I agree. Yeah, no, Lobo's leveling up, and Diakaev was calling his name, but Diakaev, as much as I love him, he needs to fight someone else first. He can't just walk in and get a top 5. Lo and behold, I'm sure maybe this one will actually book that fight. But no, Lobo deserves, I think, to fight above him. He deserves to look up after that. He can go for Haggerty, Nabati, Nabil, depending on what happens with Nabil and Superlex. So Diakaev, I would go for. I wouldn't rush for Diakaev. I would build him up a bit slower as well. I love Diakaev. Maybe we could talk about him in a bit. Yeah, I'll finish off this card quickly. So yeah, third from the top, Tetsuka and Zhang. Very high on this card, that fight. It was a killer knockout, but yeah, on paper it seemed a bit weird being so high on this card. I think I've got the knockout on my Twitter. Yeah, there you go. Somewhere. It was a nasty knockout. Yeah, I'll show the official one. Oh no, maybe I'll get a strike. God. Bear with me. Let me find it. Scroll down on my Twitter. There it is. Okay, let me switch screens as well. I need a producer. This is why, if you want to support the channel, subscribe as a member or join as a member, whatever you call it. Like Story of the Fight, like Chester, like Connor, like Tetsuya, like Anonymous, and a few others. I'm not going to keep scrolling up. Combat Sports Today. Help a brother out. Let me get a little bit more coin to pay someone to produce these shows. I get a little bit of help. It all goes far. I'm giving Giuliano some money now each month to help with the video editing. Yeah, it all helps if you can. Not subscribe, like and subscribe anyway. Become a member. Help me out. You get some cool stuff. You get a belt next to your name. You get some custom emojis. You get access to. There's other perks. Check it out. And there's going to be more posts coming. I have been slow to actually introduce all those, but there are other things. There are other things coming. There's going to be some members only content too. Don't worry. It'll be worth your while. But mainly it's to support the channel, support what I do, help me out. I just want to make more cool content. But anyway, segueing over to Twitter where I've got the Zhang Li Peng knockout. There it is. Boom. Oh, it was brutal. Can you see? Sorry, Tetsuka was out. Not Tetsuya. Hiroyuki Tetsuka was out. I was surprised by this one, but it was a catch weight, and I think Zhang Lipeng was going up, and Tetsuka was coming down a little bit. They met in the middle, but Tetsuka looked really. I saw when I saw him when I first arrived in the hotel. I saw him in the lobby in the elevator, and he looked tiny compared to Denver. Yeah, like he really lost a lot of weight. He wasn't his usual beastly self, and Zhang Lipeng looked gigantic. So not surprised when you look at the two bodies. Lipeng, I think he kind of tagged him early on. It doesn't show it in my video, but he caught him. This was very early, yeah, already in the first round, and then yeah, lights out, great KO, worth the 50K. Sorry, you can see my explore side. What have I got over there? You'll be questioning what I look at on Twitter, won't you? Musk claims FEMA funds misused for migrant luxury housing. I don't look at anything with Musk or migrants. I don't know why that's the. I don't know what TPG, Telecom Network outages. So, Cheltenham Festival, what is that? The horse racing? Yeah, none of that stuff interests me. So, don't judge me, guys. Yeah, congratulations to Li Peng and Wei Li Zhang. Yeah, Zhang Weili had a great performance against Tatiana Suarez. Was it? We watched that in the Discord, the story of the fight and Combat Sports Today. That is another benefit you get if you become a member. You also can join the Discord. So become a member today. Zhang has died by his hand. The story of the fight says absolutely true. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about that. I don't know what you do with Zhang Lipeng. He's kind of yeah, is he now going to go up to welterweight or what? But a fine performance. Not much else to say about it. Tetsuka, I will say this. Yeah, Tetsuka before he lost to Fitikefu, he'd been on I think a 4-fight win streak, 4 finishes, and never got a bonus. And now he comes and loses, and the other guy gets the bonus. I'd be very pissed if I was him. Sean Climaco, Diego Paez. We talked about that with Sean, so I'll skip over that too. Wasn't the best fight. I like Sean said it was a bit more of a chess match, but yeah, still entertaining. Lito and Kato, great fight. Really great fight. I think Kato has added a level of aggression to his game. He was not the most exciting fighter for a while. In one, he's kind of just uses the wrestling, sits on guys to grind out decisions, and he's not a finisher. You know what I mean? I bet I'll click his name and there'll be a bunch of finishes. No, he's only finished Jeremy Miato, but that was a good finish in Qatar last time. But he's had a bunch of decisions. But to me, this was a really exciting decision. The first time I really enjoyed a Kato decision, and I think part of that was down to Lito just being the badass he is, and Lito really brought it. Even when Kato was holding him down, kneeing him in the head, Lito was going crazy, really active from the bottom. Yeah, it was a great fight. Don't know how Lito survived those knees, but fair play to Lito. Bit of a setback for him. He'd been on a 3-fight win streak himself and was looking for a title shot with this, but he'll be back. And this strawweight, like I said earlier, is one of those divisions, MMA and one that's still going and still active. So plenty of fights for him. Story to fight. A big Pocket Monk fan. This was a new leaf. Yeah, he stepped up this time. I enjoyed it. Haven't been his biggest fan so far, just because yeah, he does tend to rely just on the grappling, and some might say lay and pray, use those words, but he's added something definitely to his game, and that's what he needs to do, and I like it. Felipe and Semipet, I have got the knockout here. Where is it? Okay, I'll put it up on screen again. Producer Nick is struggling. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so he may have missed the first knockdown. So he had 2 knockdowns in the second round, then 2 more in the third when it came. It was just the volume accumulation. A lot of respect there from Lobo. But yeah, you can see the little bit of a hug. These guys are friends. It's great to see the respect. But Lobo is now into that rivalry. Here's the first knockdown in the third round, so he'd already had 2 in the second. Yeah. Um, it's kind of a shame. It was a fun fight, but I felt like it was a bit of a fight where they just didn't have anything for either of the guys to do other than fight each other. So I love the first 3 comments on that is Lobo's mom just doing different emojis, like your heart eyes, clap, fire. Oh, there's a Brazil fact. All the comments from Felipe's mom, love it. I get like my mom will like everything I tweet on Twitter or X. Yeah, it's fun. I love it. But what was I saying? Yeah, I feel like they didn't have anything to do for either guy other than just fight each other, which was fine because it was a fun fight. But I think now, yeah, give Lobo. He's got to win again, so that's good. He was coming off a couple losses to Haggerty and Nabil, so yeah, maybe Lobo can do Nabati. He wants Nabil again, but Nabil pretty busy. Haggerty's busy with kickboxing, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see. Not much else to say about that one either. Jeremy Miado and Gilbert. No, this was a shocker. This one, great fight again. I didn't expect Miado to win. To be honest, I thought Gilbert would get it done, but Miata looked much better at flyweight. He's always struggled to make straw. He's missed a bunch of times. I wondered, yeah, how he does it. He's got a lot of power, and he's added a lot of wrinkles to his game. He's been working with Southside MMA, I think it is, in Phuket with Colt K and Campbell with the BJJ, who's Mr. Wonder Girl, Campbell Symes, I think his name is. Yeah, those guys, and I think it's Sam, the other coach. They've really improved his all round game. He's been there. I'm about to upload this video with him tomorrow. The interview. Been a bit slow getting around to it. Sorry, that's some personal things I had to take care of today. But I asked him straight up. A year ago in Qatar, you lost to Keita Yamakita pretty bad. You were submitted in the first round, and then there's a video of you. You were sat in the back crying, and then Anatoly Malakin came up and patted him on the back and hugged him, and it was a really touching moment. But to me, it was like the lowest moment of Jeremy's career. And then I think he came back in the summer, lost to who was it? I'm gonna have to click and look. Minowa, yeah, who is also a big wrestler. And I thought that might be it for Jeremy. It was 4 losses in a row. He did look better against Minowa, but his all-round game had improved. But this fight really showed it, and I think it's a combination of being at the right weight class now and just overall evolution. And this this may have saved his job. I think I asked him that question point blank. I think, did you think you would have got cut if you lost this fight? I think he said yes. That's why he put his whole heart and soul into the ring. And sometimes when you come up against that, it's difficult to navigate. For Gilbert. So Gilbert's now 0-2-1, which I don't think that was the plan for him. I think one had probably thought he would win this. They may have given this as to tee him up for a win because Gilbert looked really good against Yuya Wakamatsu, who's now fighting Marias for the belt in Japan. So tough one for Gilbert. Where does he go from here? Plenty of fights still. Flyweight is still fairly active, but that will definitely be a sore one for him for sure. Unexpected. sloppy banger, as story of the fight says. Is that for Gilbert and Jeremy or Lito? And I think it's for this one. Yeah, sloppy banger alert in the best way possible. Yes. All right. Carlo and Son Minjong. I've got the knockout somewhere. I need to get some production help. I'm so bad. Right. There you go. And that's a leaf. There you go. Carlo making quick work of Son Minjong. First round TKO in 53 seconds. Yeah. Caught him with a knee coming in. It looked like it's super loud in my ears, so I'm going to turn the volume off. But yeah, after that knee, it was pretty much over. And then he followed it up, swarmed him. Herb had seen enough. 53 seconds. Boom. That's all you need. Good one for Carlo. He had been on a tear in Friday fights. I think he's one of the rare MMA success stories for them. Won a contract there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins on Friday fights. I think they were all finishes. He had one split decision, but yeah, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. Never gone past. Well, no, he had. He was a finishing machine. The Bull. Then he ran up against who else but our friend, the Tormentor, Enk Orgel Bataku, the Mongolian murderer. That's someone in UFC, isn't it? Ari Chilling. But yeah, Enk Orgel, the Tormentor, who subbed him with like a second to go in the final round after just dominating him the whole fight on the ground. No shame losing to the Tormentor. He torments people. That is his name. Yes, much better performance, and the Bull is up and running, as I said, in one. Could be a new star for the Philippines. We'll see how far he can go. And the grappling is the grappling. I didn't see it. I'll be honest. I was backstage interviewing Carlo, I think, or Alif. Yeah, I was interviewing Alif. Souza won, split decision. I heard it was a good fight. I haven't watched it back, I think, but I heard some people thought Gianni won. I think Tom DeBlas thought Gianni won. I was in the minivan with Gianni on the way to the airport, and yeah, he was pretty bummed out. I left him alone, but when we got out of the van, I said, "Hard luck, man." Yeah, and he said, "Oh, I'll be back. Don't worry." He's a cool kid. I like him. Very humble. Alif, yeah, Alif knockout. So I thought this was a great knockout, and then I don't know. Like I saw Liam Harrison post something on X, Twitter, saying it was a different angle of it, and from that angle, it looks like Elif didn't even touch Amir Aliakbari. But then you also look at it; it's like maybe it's the follow up because there's like a hook, and then he on the way down, he look at this. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think in the chat? Some people are suggesting that the Kov went down too easy. Yeah, a bit of a dive. I don't know. It's really hard to see from this angle. I mean, I'm sure I know Alif hits hard as hell. It looked from there, it looked super. Like, I didn't question it, but if you see from another angle, it looks a little like he doesn't connect. But I'm sure he does, and I don't want to cast any aspersions. So let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that is that. That is the card. Alif perhaps should be next in line for Prajanchai and Muay Thai, but Prajanchai is going to have to go and do Sam A and DeBella, the winner, next. Alif looked hella fast in this fight, Chummy Boy says. Clean hit to me, Chummy Boy says. I think Alif is just fast as hell through the fight. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's unfair to say it was anything suspicious, but it was just Liam Harrison posted this angle where it looked like he doesn't connect. But yeah, I think it might just be the speed. And then I can briefly talk about Friday fights. Yeah, Abdullah Diakayev finally getting a contract. I think that was well overdue. He could have had it a while ago. He would have had it for the last fight with Coach Nay, but he missed weight. This time, smart man brought in the piss master, Peter Miller, Condition Nutrition. Got him over the line. His whole body looked so much different, composition wise. I saw at the face-offs, yeah, in the weigh-ins, he looked at a different man. And he likes to eat, this guy. He's a very funny guy. I think he's a very talented guy. We'll look at the knockout first. Brutal one, really, really bad one. I love Malatesta, yeah. But you see this body shot just shuts down. I think, Malatesta may have had the wrong game plan. I think he played into Diakayev's hands a little bit, went toe to toe with him. Is probably not what you want to do. You want to be a bit more cautious. It's he's such a hard puncher, yeah. And just I know Malatesta's hard hitter as well. We've seen that head kick KO of Fabio. He's a tough guy. I remember, I think I posted a video of them. They were kind of staring holes through each other at the face off. But Malatesta was more, he felt like he was quite emotional to me. He was making a point of not looking away from Diakayev, and Diakayev was just chilling. But other fighters, like, they're kind of awkward when they line them all up. Before, you don't always see it, but they line them all up, every fighter, one after the other, who's facing off. They film this thing where they kind of walk through them all, and then it's pretty awkward. So some of them are just looking anywhere other than in their opponent's eyes, because it's kind of weird when you're just like staring at your opponent for 2 minutes. But Malatesta was looking straight at Diakayev. And yeah, I think he got a bit caught up in this. I'm gonna go and knock out Diakayev, so I'm the real badass. That's not the game you want to play, I think. But yeah, there were some other cool knockouts. Sorry, Diakayev, I think he was calling for Semipet and Lobo winner. I think if he's going to get one of them, it's got to be the loser. So I think Semipet could be a possibility. He was saying he's going to smash Super Leg. Really entertaining guy, not lacking in confidence. I heard some interesting things. I was kind of backstage. He did like 5 or 6 different interviews, and some people were asking him, about his previous life. He was a security guard, I think, in Makhachkala, Russia. I can't pronounce it. Yeah, some interesting stuff. And there's a little bit in my interview with him. You want to go check that out. Been on a long journey, and I think this guy has star potential. I really do. I think he could be, a Khabib of Muay Thai, and I think he's got better English. No, that Khabib has good English, but I think he's got just as good English. Not all the Russians can speak English and what. I think he's very, very passable, and he's funny as hell. He's got jokes. He's badass. He's just a machine. I think he can be a star. He can be a superstar, depending on. Yeah, he did lose a couple fights. It seems he struggles with the ties, so maybe the Thais know how to beat him, and that could be. He may not go as high as we might think. The real top guys in the division may figure him out, but yeah, promising start. Body shot KOs are my favorite finishes. So brutal story of the fight says. People questioning the dive is like the best compliment you can get as a striker. It means you're next level and borderline unbelievable. I mean, he could try Diakayev, but he can't get past Yod IQ elbow. I don't see him escaping super. Yeah, he may run into. There may be a ceiling with him against guys with technique and IQ. Some other cool knockouts on Friday fights and finishes. John Carlos Pereira, like snapping this dude's arm is gnarly. A little bit confusing afterwards. It was a verbal tap. I think Herb waves it off. The bell rang right as that happened, so it was a bit confusing. No one really knew what happened. This guy was protesting it, but when you scream in a armbar like that, I think it's considered a verbal tap. Someone was explaining to me on the judging referee side. So Doc Warren came over and checked it, and the dude has clearly got a broken arm or something. So Doc Warren, he's pretty good at letting things go if it can do, but he's very quick to ascertain this guy cannot carry on. So good finish. I think he deserved a bonus, yeah, as this comment says here. I did an interview with him, so that'll be up tomorrow as well. I also interviewed Maxime Combs. I thought he was quite fun. Win for him over Enzo Clarice from Venom. And then Hugh, my guy Hugh. Love this. This guy is gonna go far, I think, in one. They see him as a potential Takeru. And that is a big statement, but they see star potential in this guy, and they've got him now, while he's young and hungry, and he hasn't made his name yet in Japan. He's relatively unknown. I think, this could be one's first real homegrown Japanese superstar. I'm probably forgetting about someone, but I think he can be, and he's with the right team. He's with Medi at Venom when he comes over. He does most of his work obviously in Japan, but he comes out for the fight camps and refines all that stuff. And there's no one better than Medi, I think, at coming up with a effective game plan. So yeah, he almost got it done in the first round, 2 knockdowns. Tried to get it with a cartwheel kick or something, and then got it done in the second round. 350,000 baht bonus. I think he's going to be on 1172. I have heard that he is on that already. I won't say much more than that, but that is it. Kind of gone long today. There was a lot to talk about, so thanks for staying with me, and hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, story of the fight. This dude is pure untapped potential electric stuff. Oh, I did forget to mention. So I missed it because I was backstage interviewing Diakaev, but this kid, Pet Sam, a 16-year-old kid. I won't show the knockout because I don't have a clip. So if I show one clip, I might get copyrighted. But great knockout. I think it's like 50 seconds or something. 16-year-old kid, and he's got this incredible story where his whole family is like Muay Thai. He's got 5 or 6 brothers, and they're all Muay Thai fighters. 2 of them are older or something. And then there's two twins who are younger. They're called like Pet 4 and Pet 5. I can't remember the other kid's name. I messaged him. I want to get a little bit more info from him. I think it makes a nice story. But I didn't know too much. I had not heard of this kid, but and now I know who he is. And I spoke to some people in one, and they say they think he can go very far. But there's this whole family of these kids. They're crazy, and he was very impressive. Nice guy as well. We did an interview, and he's a really good kid, humble, smart, good manners. Pleasure to speak to. So that interview will be up tomorrow as well. I got a bunch of stuff to screaming in pain counts as a tap. Yeah, story of the fight, correct, for Gitinov. Pet gang own the street. Yeah. Yeah. It's called Nayan Mohammed. His real name, but a nickname Pet Sam. It was awesome. Okay, I need to get out of here. So, been a while. We nearly got 2 hours. I'll leave it there. Interview Vero, anonymous says. I won't be there. Yeah, Vero coming up this week, her debut. But I send Giuliano along to the face-offs. and he's going to ask a couple questions for me, I think. So we'll get something out. And if she wins, yeah, Juliana's also going to be there on Friday. So if she wins, he's going to ask a couple questions again after the fight. So hopefully that will satisfy the Vero fans. Yeah, I wish I could be there, but I got to go to Qatar late Friday, Saturday, early Saturday. So yeah, it's too much, too many events right now. I need to, yeah, need to be in Hong Kong for a little bit of time to just live my life and unwind. But right, that's it. Thanks all for watching, and I may be back on Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. Not sure. It might have to be Thursday or who knows. I'm going to be in Qatar on Saturday for the open workouts. Sunday there's nothing really going on, so maybe we can do something then live stream wise. Get her on the stream. Yeah, we'll try. Maybe could do Wednesday night. But problem is they're all kind of cutting weight on Thursday early, so it's tough to get hold of him. Yeah, then Monday the press conference in Qatar. Tuesday I'm not sure if there's anything going on. Wednesday is the weigh-ins, and Thursday is the fight night. So it's all go again. 171. We'll get a preview going for sure on the weekend or early next week. All right. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it, and hope you enjoyed the new mic. I think it sounded okay. I bought the Rode USB mic. I did buy a. Let's get this thing out. I've been so lazy. This hefty package is an arm to stick the mic on. So when I'm not being lazy, I'll set that up tomorrow. I think I'm gonna buy a new mixer as well, Rodecaster thing. So it's all go in my home studio here. Yeah, doing an overhaul of the setup. All right, that is it, guys. I will love you and leave you once again. Appreciate. Oh, the new mic is solid. Yeah, it sounds good in the ears. So I may not even need the mixer board. It sounds pretty crisp. Yeah, I'm liking it, and it's just a USB as well. I don't need any of this cables. I've normally been using this XLR thing and get all this feedback and shit. Yeah, pretty good. It wasn't that expensive either. It was like what, 1,900 Hong Kong. What is that in USD? Like 250 USD. For that, yeah, for the quality, I think it's a decent price. And it's pretty compact. You can just take it on the road with you. That's kind of why I bought it, because I want to take it to event weeks when I do those podcasts, like after the weigh-ins, stuff like that. I can just pop this in. It's got a USB port. Yeah, just stick it into the laptop. Pretty easy. All right, enough about the mic. I'm getting out of here. Goodbye, lads and ladies. More comments. Nick with a soundboard. Yeah, I'm gonna have the soundboard. I have some sound whatever clips to play. I got some fun ones in mind. I've been trying to consolidate and have me and Ramiro on the same mic. Yeah, these are good. I don't know what you have, Will, but Rode Pod mic or whatever it's called. Very good. Very good. All right, definitely I'm out of here now. We'll see you next time, guys. Thank you.